Listen to that. That's not a concert. That's not a Falcons game. That's a Tuesday afternoon in downtown Atlanta, and every single person you're hearing flew 4,700 miles to be there. This week, something happened that Americans were not prepared for. Tens of thousands of Argentina fans descended on Georgia for the World Cup semifinal against England. They took over the parks. They took over the streets. They took over the Waffle Houses. And Americans are in shock. Stick around, because what you're about to see gets crazier every minute. Quick context. On Wednesday, July 15th, Atlanta Stadium, that's Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the locals, hosts the biggest match this city has ever seen. Argentina versus England, a World Cup semifinal. It's the 8th and final World Cup match Atlanta gets, and the city drew the golden ticket. On one side, England, who just broke Norway's hearts in extra time. On the other, the defending world champions, led by a 39-year-old Lionel Messi, playing in what is almost certainly his last World Cup. And here's the thing about Argentina fans. They don't attend World Cups. They migrate. We saw in Qatar in 2022. But nobody, and I mean nobody, expected what they do to the American South. To understand what Atlanta is going through right now, you need to understand Argentine fan culture, because it does not exist anywhere else on Earth. In America, you show up to a game 90 minutes early, grill some burgers in a parking lot, watch, and go home. In Argentina, football is closer to religion. The songs have verses. The verses have history. Grandfathers teach them to grandchildren. There are fans at this World Cup who sold their cars to be here. Fans who quit jobs. One banner spotted downtown reportedly read, "My boss thinks I'm at a funeral." That song you keep hearing everywhere? It's called Muchachos. It became the anthem of their 2022 title run, and every Argentine man, woman, child knows every word. When 10,000 people sing it at once, car alarms go off. That's not a joke. There's footage, and unlike almost any other fan base, they never stop. Not at halftime, not when they're losing. Argentina went down early against Egypt in the round of 16 right here in Atlanta, and the singing got louder. They rallied to win 3-2, and honestly, ask any player, the crowd scored at least one of those goals. Now let's talk about what taking over a city actually looks like. Because this wasn't one viral video. This was a full-scale occupation, the friendly kind. The Midtown Park. Argentine fans claimed an entire park in Midtown Atlanta and turned it into a piece of Buenos Aires. Grills going, flags on every tree, pickup games with strangers, drums from sunrise. Locals showed up to walk their dogs and left with face paint. The 8 a.m. Fan Festival. Read that again. 8 in the morning. The official Argentine Fan Fest kicked off at an hour when most Americans are still in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru line. By 9, there were thousands. By noon, the crowd stretched blocks. The march. Before matches, fans gathered at Underground Atlanta and marched together to the stadium. Not walk-marched. Drums, flares, songs, the works. Atlanta police escorts ended up on camera bobbing their heads. One officer got handed a jersey. He put it on. The Waffle House situation. Look, we've all seen what World Cup fans have done to Waffle House this summer. But Argentine fans took it personal. There's footage of an entire restaurant staff included doing a full chant at 2 a.m. after the Switzerland win. The cook is banging a spatula on the counter in rhythm. The spatula guy is famous in Argentina now. He has fan accounts. And through all of it, here's what shocked Atlanta the most: zero trouble. No fights, no chaos. Just noise, joy, and an unreasonable amount of beef being grilled in public parks. So how are the locals handling this? That's where this video gets fun. Because Americans thought they invented sports fandom. Tailgates, face paint, painted chests in freezing weather. And then Argentina showed up like, that's adorable. The local reactions fall into 3 stages. Stage 1, confusion. Why are they singing at 8 a.m.? Is this a protest?
Fans go in
One
to see
viral
Messi
clip
in
shows a guy
Atlanta.
calling his wife, "Babe, there's like 9,000 people singing in the park, and I don't know why, but I've been here 2 hours." Stage 2, curiosity. Atlantans started showing up on purpose, learning the chants phonetically. There are Americans on TikTok teaching other Americans the lyrics to Muchachos, with pronunciation guides. They have no idea what they're saying. They do not care. Stage 3. Full conversion. By this week, you've got born and raised Georgians in Messi jerseys, drinking mate which, for the uninitiated, is Argentine herbal tea passed around in a gourd with a metal straw, and planning their Wednesday around a football match. A soccer match. Whatever. They're past caring about the word now, too. And the Argentines? They've fallen for the South right back. They can't get over sweet tea. They're obsessed with the size of American pickup trucks. One fan interviewed downtown said, and I quote, "Everything here is enormous, and everyone says y'all. We are keeping y'all." Two fan cultures that could not be more different, meeting in the middle of Georgia, and somehow it's the wholesome crossover nobody predicted. But underneath the party, there's a weight to all of this, because every Argentine in Atlanta knows what Wednesday really is. Lionel Messi is 39. This is his 6th World Cup. Win or lose, this run through American cities, Atlanta included, is the last time most of these fans will ever watch him in this shirt on this stage. That's why they sold the cars. That's why they crossed the continent. You don't get to say goodbye twice. And standing in the way, England, a nation that's been waiting 60 years for a men's World Cup title, riding the high of that extra time win over Norway, with their own army of fans flooding into Georgia right now. Wednesday isn't just a semifinal. It's two of the most desperate fan bases in world football colliding in a 71,000-seat building in the American South. Atlanta has hosted Super Bowls, Olympics, but the people who live there are saying they've never felt anything like this week. And the match hasn't even started. So here's my question for you. England or Argentina, who's walking out of Atlanta into the final? Drop your prediction in the comments, because I'm reading all of them before Wednesday. And if you want the reaction video the second this match ends, the meltdowns, the celebrations, all of it, subscribe and hit the bell, because that video is going up within hours of the final whistle. Until then, the drums in Midtown aren't stopping. See you Wednesday.